Hi. Hello. Let us learn the elements of art. Lines and shapes. For the elements of art we have line, shape, color, tone, form, and texture. These are the tools that artists use to communicate their ideas. Look around the room you're in. Can you spy curved line, rectangles, pair of parallel lines, and circle? Lines and shapes are all around us. So, what is lines in art? A line is a path or mark on a page. Lines can help move our eyes around an artwork. The color, shape, and texture of a line can give us information. Look carefully at the different types of lines. We have straight, dotted, bold, fine, curved, wavy, cross-hatched, spiral, zigzag, and painterly lines. The role of lines in art. Creating structure, lines provide a framework for compositions, expressing emotion, lines can convey a wide range of feelings, leading the eye, lines guide the viewer's attention, creating illusions, lines can be used to create depth and perspective. What is a shape? Definition, a two-dimensional enclosed space, types, geometric shapes, regular, predictable forms, example given, squares, circles, triangles, organic shapes, irregular, freeform shapes, example given, clouds, leaves. Lines can create the outline of shapes. As what you can see in the image of a house, we see regular shapes like triangles, rectangles, ovals, and squares. Shapes that are less familiar are called irregular shapes. They can be curvy, pointed, symmetrical, asymmetrical, wavy, and rounded. The role of shapes in art. Creating balance, shapes can balance a composition, expressing ideas, shapes can symbolize concepts or emotions, creating rhythm, repeating shapes can create a sense of rhythm, creating unity, shapes can unify a composition. Relationship between lines and shapes. Lines define shapes, lines outline and create shapes as shapes can imply lines. The arrangement of shapes can suggest lines, lines can create shapes, lines can enclose spaces to form shapes. We have now for the lines and shapes in nature. Examples, tree branches, lines and shapes, seashells, organic shapes, honeycombs, geometric shapes. Now, for the lines and shapes in art history. Examples, Cubism, use of geometric shapes to fragment objects, abstract expressionism, emphasis on expressive lines and shapes, pop art, use of bold, graphic shapes and lines. Next is for the lines and shapes in graphic design. Examples, logos, simple shapes and lines, typography, lines and shapes of letters, user interfaces, lines and shapes to guide navigation. Lastly is for lines and shapes in architecture. Examples, Gothic cathedrals, vertical lines, modernist buildings, geometric shapes, Baroque architecture, curved lines, and ornate shapes. Now, let's play with line and shapes. Step 1. With a pencil and a piece of paper, use a line to create shapes and meaning, just like an artist. Step 2. Now, without lifting your pencil off the paper, draw your friend's face. And step 3. Remember, try not to look at your paper and do not lift your pencil while drawing. Now, we have patterns in art. Patterns are made with repeated lines and shapes. In this mandala artwork, you can see lots of repeated shapes and lines. For lines, shapes, and emotion. Vincent van Gogh, a famous Dutch painter. His painting, The Starry Night, was created over 150 years ago. As what you can observe, he used line, shape, and pattern. So, line and shape are two of the elements of art. There are many different types of lines which can be used to create different emotions. And, repeated lines and shapes make patterns.